Hi, everybody. Dr. Larry, the author of Save Baseball, a prescription for the major leagues. Well, the baseball season has concluded. Pretty exciting finish, even though, truthfully, I was not pulling for either team. Maybe the Blue Jays a little bit more, trying to see if they could take down the evil empire. But wow, it was a pretty exciting World Series. Really entertaining postseason overall. Had some phenomenal games, some great performances as always. So now it's the countdown, I guess, until spring training starts. And there'll be plenty to talk about when the spring rolls around. Of course, we'll have the World Baseball Classic as well. But since the season has concluded, I thought let's look back at how my bold predictions played out for the 2025 season. You might remember on opening day, I was at the Diamondbacks ballpark, Chase Field in Phoenix, and gave you what I thought were going to be some predictions in terms of the teams. I didn't predict MVPs and all that stuff, but I want to just focus on the teams in that video. So I looked back, I watched that video today and took some notes on how I did. So let me take a peek at that and let's start off with my bold predictions by divisions. I started off with the National League West. The first thing I said was I thought there were going to be three teams that would come out of the National League West to make the playoffs. I was not correct. Two out of the three made it. Dodgers, of course, and the Padres. Well, I came close on that one because I thought the third team was going to be the Diamondbacks. And if you watch the Diamondbacks this year, and they're my local team, so I was there quite a bit. And by the way, before they traded Suarez to the Mariners, I saw him hit in person here in Arizona 18 home runs. I mean, that guy should have paid me to show up to his games. It was incredible. Every time I went, he hit home runs. You might recall he hit four in one game, and I was at that game as well. So the Diamondbacks, they did not make the playoffs. They stripped that team down at the trading deadline, and somehow, some way, manager Torey Lovello, who deserved to come back, had his team in it until the final weekend. That was pretty impressive. So good for the D-backs for being in it, but my prediction on that one was wrong. In the National League Central, I said the Brewers are the team to beat. That I was actually right about. The Brewers were the team to beat until they lost. But yes, they were the team to beat. They were the class of the division. I did have a sleeper team. You might recall. I said, this team I want you to look out for. I want you to pay close attention because they have a terrific manager who has won a couple of World Series. I said they may make a push for the wild card. Cincinnati Reds. They made it to the wild card. That was my sleeper team of the year. So I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one. In the National League East, my prediction held true. The Phillies, they were the class of the division. They ran away with it. Certainly, the playoffs did not pan out for them. It's going to be really interesting to see what they do with their roster here in the offseason. But I did predict the Phillies would win the division. So in the NL, I was 3 for 3 in division winners. Cincy, yep, had that one as a sleeper team, and I was wrong about the D-backs. All right, over to the American League, and I started off with the West. I didn't predict a winner. I said it was up for grabs, and this was a team I didn't talk about at all in the video. The Mariners, good for them. I said it was probably going to be the Astros, and while the Astros were giving them fits down the stretch, the Mariners proved to be the class of the American League West. So while I didn't predict a winner, I was not even thinking about the Mariners winning the division. So the American League East, well, nobody had the Blue Jays, okay? Nobody. If they say they did, uh, they're probably lying. let's be real. Nobody had the Blue Jays winning that. My prediction was the Yankees would not make the playoffs. I was wrong about that. I predicted two teams would do battle. The Orioles, they floundered and flopped. And this team, yeah, the Red Sox. So I had the Red Sox as a team that would probably make the playoffs, and I was right about the Red Sox. They won 89 games, made it to the playoffs, so they had a pretty good season. American League Central, um, I predicted the division winner to be Cleveland. And I was right about that. Boy, that was a crazy finish, was it not? Down the stretch, they won it by a game. You'll remember that last season, 2024, the Tigers snuck into the playoffs. Remember that one? So the Tigers were kind of uh, the darling, the exciting up and coming team here in 2025, and I did predict that they would make the playoffs. I was wrong about this team in the AL Central, Kansas City. I thought, hey, they're young, they're exciting, they got some great talent. I thought that they would probably sneak into the wild card. They did not. They finished 5 games back in the wild card. So my recap for the AL was I swung and missed on the Mariners and had the Bo Sox in it. And yes, I had Cleveland winning that division. So when you all add it all up, why don't you give me a grade of how you think I did on those predictions? I tend to be a little tougher on myself. I'll say a B minus. But you let me know what you think. Maybe you can also let me know your predictions. You got to be honest with me. Post those in the chat. Let me know, how did your predictions pan out? I used to, and this was back when I had a lot more time on my hands. I would take the predictions much more deeper than just what I had rattled off right there. I used to take the I would write out each individual team's record, what I thought it was going to end up being. Maybe we'll try to do that as we get closer to the 2026 season. Kind of a fun exercise, but I would post it on my wall, and just kind of peek at it from time to time to see, how right and how wrong I was. But there's your season recap of my predictions. You know, some on, some way off, and I'm not a betting man, thankfully, because well, maybe I would have broken even basically on those predictions. But give me a letter grade. Let me know what you think. Um, like, comment, subscribe, share as always, and thanks for all of your viewership over the course of the season. We've got a plenty to talk about here in the off season. One of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing some reviews of some baseball movies because those of us who love baseball are already thinking, how many more months is it until we get spring training up and running? So let's maybe talk about some baseball movies. Maybe you can share with me some of your favorites because I'm going to hit, I guess the most popular ones in the last, I'm going to say 40 plus years. Can't get to all of them, but I'm going to get to maybe a top 10 and let you know what I think and would love your opinion on that as well. So, things to come. Looking forward to that as always. Like, comment, subscribe, share. For the love of the game, I'm Dr. Larry.